Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. I'm Tully, and today, this is going to be a very, very short one. Why? We're flying the Meteor F Mark III. And I say it's going to be a short one because the Meteor is, how can I put this lightly, incredibly bad compared to everything that goes up against it, but you'll see. In fact, no, but before I go into battle, let's see the main opponent of the Meteor. The Comet. Aptly named, by the way, I might add, as you can see here, the Messerschmitt ME-163 Comet often goes up against the Meteor. You think that'd be a match made in heaven? Not so much. I'm going to put this. The only bad side to the Comet is the fact that it only has 6.5 minutes of fuel. You can actually extend that to like 8 minutes if you know how to fly it. And you might be thinking, that's bad. I mean, the minimum that the Meteor can take is like 20 minutes. No. Here's the issue with a Comet. It's insanely fast. It can turn on a dime. It can pull G's that the Meteor can only dream of. And it has better armament. So those 6.5, maybe 8 minutes of fuel that you have are going to be translated into you flying any sort of allied jet being zerged by a team's worth of Comets. Not the best of experiences, I might add. It's completely unrealistic, by the way, because less than... Actually, let me guess. Let's see what the actual number is. Let's see here. Information. Only 91 before the very small number. Only 91 before the end of 1944. Actually, look this up. Not all of them saw battle for incredibly obvious reasons. You're essentially flying a rocket. Yeah, it's literally a rocket plane. It's that in the Key 200. And basically, what happens is if you're going to be flying the Meteor F Mark III. I've even heard C Meteor Mark III, and even the Meteor Mark IV. You're essentially going to be flying up against comets all the time, and nothing you can throw at it is good. Nothing you can throw at it can actually survive it. It's ridiculous. It really is. In fact, the only viable strategy... In fact, there's two viable strategies for dealing with a comet. One, you either wait until it lands, and hopefully strafe it enough that it actually gets blown to bits. Or two... You let it go. You let it go after you. Just listen to me. Listen to me. You let it go after you, and right before it hits you, you hit the air brakes. Just go up because this thing does have air brakes. The Meteor does have air brakes and combat flaps. You basically hit the air brakes, go straight up, and hope to God that thing overshoots you. Because if it doesn't, you're screwed. If actually, I've seen one guy actually in realistic dogfight a Meteor by just slamming on the air brakes, reducing his speed to 0, and just letting the Meteor completely overshoot him every single time. And eventually, the Meteor actually crashed into the ground. It was hilarious. I, on the other hand, got shot once in the left wing, and my right wing blew up. Not even kidding. I wish I was, but I'm not. It's like, okay, I'm assuming it maybe wasn't a tracer bullet, but it's highly suspicious when I see bullets on my left side and my right side gets blown up. I don't think I'm that bad of my eyes yet. Also, what the hell? Thank you. And it's Berlin again. I managed to get the Meteor, let's say, 2-3 days ago? 3 days ago, actually. I think I've flown something like 30 battles with it. They've all been Berlin. Every last one of them. In fact, except for the last game I pulled last night, which was Alternate History Krimsk. I still lost, obviously, because my team was a bunch of idiots who spent literally 10 minutes climbing to the side. Meanwhile, it was me and the bombers alone against a whole team of MiG-9s. Not exactly the best of experiences. Also, I've seen a lot of Bearcats. My heart goes out to... Also, Bearcats and Tempest Mark IIs. My heart goes out to the guys who fly these planes because it can't be easy flying against the Comet in a prop plane. God knows it isn't easy to fight the Comet in a frickin' jet, let alone a frickin' prop plane. Then again, the Meteor's so bad, I think the Spitfire's better. Not even kidding. You might have seen the Spitfire Mark 22 in the place that I normally keep my Typhoon. That's because I've been playing very few realistic and more arcade. This Meteor thing is a beast in arcade. It really is. Historical, not so much. Let's put this on 10 degrees. Just climb to the side and wait until they come. There's gonna be 5 meteors. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's gonna be 5 comets. 5 comets is coming after you. As you can see, typical strategy is to run. No, there is no more to that sentence. Typical strategy against the comet is run. Hope to God it runs out of fuel before you run out of life. That's literally it. I have never 30 jet battles, and I have yet to survive a single one to see the comet land. It doesn't even need to. It can just overpower you in the most literal sense of the word. Well, that's one. So Genarius is a comet. This is not going to end well, I can tell you that much. Probably going to have to end this video in like 2 minutes after 5 meteors show up and berserk us. Also, this thing is not good. Like, the Spitfire performs better. The one thing this thing has on the Spitfire is maximum speed and acceleration. Then again, this thing is a jet fighter, so yeah. Because apart from that, oh, it does have combat flaps, by the way. Yes, it does have combat flaps. And air brakes, which help. They do actually help. Oh, Christ. And just run away, just keep going. Don't attack it. Basic rules of engagement. Don't engage the comet. It's not going to end well. I can tell you that much. I tried. It doesn't work. Just hide in the clouds. Hide in the clouds and hope to God that those things go away. What the? Wow. I guess those two crashed. Yep, I guess those two crashed. Now, this thing does turn really well at high speeds, just like the Spitfire. However, it does have one bad thing, which is it can take G-forces as well as the Spitfire. I'm assuming that's because it's stock, as in it has no upgrades. Oh, fuck. Well, the video is either going to end here, or I'm going to do something really awesome. Yep, it's gonna end here. See what happens? It hit my tail and my pilot died. It hit my tail and my pilot died. You see, because this thing is, right, the only way you can ever fight the comet is trying to make it overshoot you, which doesn't work. Because it can just graze you with the 30mm cannons, which in real life were considered to be unreliable, and they will literally just kill you. Kill you, basically. Because, you know, why should we have realism? Why should we have any sort of realism? Like, hey, let's give a plane that was noted as being unreliable, with unreliable guns, and make those guns be just as good as the BF... Three times better than the BF-109s. And seriously, it hit my tail. You saw the damage indicator. You can go back to the video to see if you want to. Damage indicator was tail only. It grazed me in the tail, and my pilot died. It grazed me in the tail, perpendicular, might I add, and my pilot died. That is indicative of someone who has no fucking idea how to make a game. Period. Jesus Christ. You know what? Whatever. See what happens? This is the only way you can fight the comet. Is hope to God they're dumb enough to crash into the ground. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I am way too sick and tired of this game to give it any sort of indicator. I don't even care anymore. It's like, this game is bad. This game, I can understand why there's people on Reddit and there's people on actual forums saying they don't like to play jets, because, dear God, are those things completely unbalanced. You get one of these guys actually knows how to use the meteor, and then you have the rest of us who are struggling to understand how the hell we're supposed to do anything. Might I add, that was completely, and I mean completely by accident. I have no idea how that Heinkel jet actually managed to not hit him. And keep in mind that the, you know, comet did in fact crash into the ground. It wasn't shot down. It was just stupid. It's bad. Do not play jets in War Thunder if you're British. Or not German, period, because you're not going to do it. You're literally... You're better off just farming jets with a Spitfire. You really are, because otherwise you're not going to you're not gonna have a good time. Just stay with the Spitfire, farm until you get the Sea Meteor, and then I mean, then actually do it. Then go Jets. As you can see, I am green with envy because this is literally the one fucking game that I've won. I stayed behind on all 30 of my fucking matches. Never have I won. Ever. 30 games. That includes the alternate history Krimsk. Never. And I managed to win on this one. It's ridiculous. The one match I managed to win is the one match I don't survive 5 minutes because the Comet is a broken piece of shit who shouldn't even be in the game in the first place. And that's my times 2 of the day. That was literally my times 2 of the day. It pisses me off. Because if that Comet didn't actually crash into the ground, my team would have lost. That was my times 2 of the game. And here's the stupid part. The fuselage repair on this thing, here's another indication that Gaijin has no fucking idea what they're doing. Let's go here. What's the price of this thing? 22,000. What's the price of this? 40,000. The tier 4 upgrades are basically half the cost of the tier 1. I have no words. There is no love for British jets. The one you saw right here, that guy managed to get 2 kills, that was a fluke. That was literally just a fluke. That was the enemy being stupid. And that was the Comet crashing before it can do any damage. Meteor F3 sucks balls. You're much better off just staying with his Spitfire. It's a hell of a lot better, and you're not going to go up against things that can kill you as they look at you. Do I sound angry? That's because I am. Dear God. See you next time.